What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're just going to be quickly going over all of the most relevant monkey changes that happened in the new 42.0 update in BTD6. Now, I'm going to skip over all the boring ones that don't really add a lot of addition to the game and focus on the more ones that probably will affect your playstyle like 100% guaranteed. So, the first massive change, and arguably the biggest one that will happen this season, is going to all have to do with the bomb shooter. Starting off with the Moab Assassin, instead of it automatically targeting the strong whenever you use the ability, whatever you target it to will be the Moab that it will attack. So it always used to attack the strong ones first, but now it's going to attack whichever one you have its target priority set to. Along with the bomb shooter, the bomb blitz is now getting an absolutely massive buff. That's all you need to know. First off, the bomb blitz price is now lowered by $7,000, so it's only 28,000 bucks to get. Its attack speed has been buffed by 0.5 seconds. It was 1.5 before, and now it is exactly 1 second. However, the bomb blitz damage was reduced from 6 to 3, and it also does not have any bonus ceramic damage. But overall, in my opinion, that is an absolutely massive buff. So for the sniper monkey, to get bouncing bullets, it costs $400 left, and for the supply drop, it costs $400 more. So it's about an equal buff and a nerf. And I can't get a swimming pool here to place down a sub, but the Energizer damage by itself is now increased from 1 to 5, and if you pair it with the airburst darts, it is also increased from 1 to 5, so a very big buff on the Energizer. And the Monkey Buccaneer has been changed massively with a lot of nerfs and a lot of buffs. And I'm going to get it right here because there is so much stuff. So the 420 aircraft carrier damage over time has been increased from 2 to 4, which is a buff. The carrier flagship, which is a 520, damage over time has been increased from 2 to 9, which is an absolutely crazy buff. The 030 cannon ship main dark attack is now disabled. So is it just going to spew out bombs now? I'm assuming that's what it means. And the 030 cannon ship grape damage has been increased from 1 to 2. So a buff, but a pretty big nerf. However, the 040 Monkey Pirate's grape damage has been increased by 1, and the damage over time with that is now increased from 2 to 4, so another buff. Now for the flavored trades, the damage has been increased from 2 to 4, so that's a 2 damage increase, and the 025 Trade Empire has gotten a massive damage buff from 2 to 9. That's a very big buff. The Comanche Commander has been increased by $3,000 in bucks, which is an absolutely terrible nerf. This guy already sucks, and now they just nerfed him even more. And for the Mortar Monkey, a 032 Mortar Monkey now has a higher shell damage burn over time, which is it's a mouthful, but it's basically the burny damage that it has been increased by 1, which is a bigger buff than most people think. The 042 Artillery Battery has got a 3 damage increase, which is again a very big buff. And the Pop in all got an absolutely crazy burn damage over time from 1 to 5. So the Mortar Monkey middle path is actually pretty good now. And now for the arguably the biggest change that I've ever seen in BTD6 is going to be the craziest buff you've ever seen with the 040 Wizard Monkey. So the Summoned Phoenix, when you upgraded it from Dragon's Breath, all it gained was an ability and a little bit of extra pierce. However, now this guy is absolutely absurd. As we all know, the Wizard Monkey used to spew out 1 little fireball at a time, but take a gander at how many fireballs it spews out now. If you can't see, which is, I'll admit, that's pretty hard to see, it is spewing out 3 fireballs at a time now. I'll go over all the very specific patch notes, but basically the Wizard Monkey is absolutely overpowered. Wait, and did you guys see how, do you guys remember when I said it shoot out 3? No, it only shot out twice, so, that was a bad, I actually over-exaggerated it, but it's still very strong. It shoots out 2 projectiles instead of 3. I'm very sorry for messing that up. So, like I just said, it does not shoot out 3 projectiles, it shoots out 2 at a time, which is still an absolutely insane buff. The pierce has been reduced by 1, which isn't that big of a difference if you think about it, because there are now 2 fire attacks. And when you use the Summoned Phoenix's ability, it actually got a projectile attack speed buff, which is basically how fast the little fireballs come out of this guy, and that got increased by 100. So absolutely insane buffs, which are pretty small nerf compared to how strong it is now. However, they kinda evened it out with the Wizard Lord Phoenix. So an absolutely crazy buff is that the attack damage over time with this guy has been increased from 1 to 20. That's an absolutely insane buff for this guy. Now with the 050, it now does 3 projectiles. So I was saying it did 3 before with the 040. Now with the 050, it spews out 3 projectiles, which is insane. However, the attack damage has been greatly reduced from 6 to 2. So that literally can only pop 1 blue balloon per attack versus it could pop like a pink or a zebra. Aura, and the attack pierce has been reduced from 50 to 15. So another very big nerf. However, looking at all the changes that this guy has, he's absolutely overpowered. This guy is going to rule BTD6 down. He's definitely going to be one of the most overpowered monkeys that we have seen. Now for the super monkey. So the Robo Monkey price has been increased by 500, which isn't too much, but that's definitely going to be a big change when you're doing like a Robo Monkey chimp strategy. The Tech Terra no longer gives an attack speed buff. So whenever you upgrade it into the Tech Terra, it gained more attack speed, but now it no longer does that. And the price of the actual Tech Terra has been increased by $7,000. So that's an extreme nerf. However, with the anti-balloon, it is now $10,000 cheaper. So it kind of equals it out. But in my opinion, that is most definitely a nerf, because whenever you're getting the anti-balloon, you already most definitely have enough money for it. And right here, I don't want to pull up the Ninja Monkey and tell you guys all alone. All you need to know is that the bottom path, the 030, whatever, just the bottom path in general, got a very, very, very big nerf, except for a little nerf. Or did I say nerf there? I meant nerf, sorry. The Sticky Bob damage has been reduced from 500 to 450, which isn't that big of a problem, but it will affect you when you're trying to pop Moabs or if you're trying to pop the boss balloon. But all you need to know is that literally this guy got buffed to the absolute max, basically, with the bottom path, of course. The Alchemist Monkey got some pretty unneeded nerfs. So the Berserker Brew actually got a price increase of 50 bucks. So it's now $1,405. However, the Stronger Stimulant got a price nerf of 50 bucks. So it's 50 bucks cheaper, but it's also 50 bucks more expensive to get the Berserker Brew. And a pretty cool change they added is that the Lead to Goal now does +9 damage to lead. So this guy's actually going to be pretty good with helping you against like any type of lead balloons. That could be the DDTs, that could just be normal lead balloons. This guy will do a lot of damage to them, which is really good, and it'll also help a lot for the Dread Balloon boss event. So a pretty cool life equality change, or whatever you like to call it, is with the Jungle's Bounty. Now let's say you have multiple druids up here and you both need to use the abilities. If you use one of the abilities, all of the abilities will be used for you, just like the Sniper Monkey's Elite Sniper. So that's a pretty cool or what is it, a balanced life quality change? I don't really know what it's called. Now, the Banana Farm got a very, very, very big nerf, basically. So the Banana Central now costs $15,000 more, which is definitely going to be a big difference with those boss events. A small little buff happened with the Monkeynomics. The cooldown, instead of it being 90, is now 85, but that's not really that big of a nerf or a buff, if you want to call it that. Banana Salvage now costs $200 more, which is absolutely insane. However, the Marketplace now costs $200 cheaper. So a nerf and a buff, but the Banana Farm, those are really unneeded changes. And lastly is the Beast Handler, and I'll just zoom in on this for you guys. I don't want to read all this stuff for the Beast Handler, so if you really care that much about him, you can read all this right here. I don't really care about that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want me to do the heroes, because there is a lot, and if you watch this far, it really would mean a lot if you could subscribe. I'm trying to reach 2K, and hey, if you could just help me out with that, that would mean a lot. But that's basically going to be about it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this new season. I thought it was pretty mid, but that is going to be about it, and I will see hopefully every single one of you guys in the next one. Later.